Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to today's Friday's presentation. We're in, Rajat is in the studio today. He's going to be showing us how he uses the sticks. He actually has quite a few examples of his new series, which are birds that he does only using the sticks, and they're absolutely marvelous to look at. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're on Zoom, you can ask Rajat questions directly. If you're on Facebook, we will relay those questions to Rajat. So Gabriel, Anna, Angela, Ethel will all be helping me getting those messages across, as well as Johnny. So Rajat, welcome. So good to see you again.
Hello, John. Good to see you. And
Good
hi. Hello there.
Good to see you.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while.
I think we'll definitely get back to India in 2023, looking back to actually seeing you in person again. So it'll be
Absolutely.
fabulous.
Absolutely.
So if you've looked at the blog, then you would have found out more about Rajat, his website, which we're going to show you as well, ways to see where he might be showing his artwork, etc. Rajat's going to be showing the sticks, how he mixes with the sticks. So you've seen that with Giovanni has shown that. Gabriel has shown it. Several of the artists have shown how to use sticks, and Rajat's going to also take it forward on how to use the sticks. So with that, Rajat, I'm gonna leave it to you. Maybe we can see your. Do you have a slideshow for us to watch?
No slideshow for today, John, but Rajat has those artworks, like he showed us.
So Rajat's going to show you. Thank you, Ethel. Rajat's going to show you his artwork, the birds. They're breathtakingly beautiful, and he'll speak more about them. So Rajat right now is in India. Rajat, are you in Pune, India right now? Are you in Pune?
Yeah. See, all these, whichever the painting I'm going to show you as far as the birds are concerned, all are done by the sticks only. Okay. I'll just show you the birds first, the images of the birds, then I'll speak to you.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
These are all men birds?
These are all. In fact, all the beautiful birds are only male. These are God's creation.
Wow, impressive. I'm impressed by the eyes.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You must have seen these birds in my link only because I have shared with John.
Yes.
That's very cute. Oh, and this one.
They're awesome, Rajat. What does inspire you so much about these birds? I love them.
Thank you. I'll just tell you, that's really a valid question you have asked, and I want to reply for that matter. I'll just show you this and I'll come to that point.
Wow.
Can I ask a question, Rajat?
Please do.
Yeah, you use the masking fluid with the sticks, or the white painting with the paper?
I don't use masking fluid at all. Never.
Okay.
May we see a detail of the coxcomb on this one?
If you see the white, it is paper white. There's no masking fluid.
For the previous painting of the rooster, can we see the coxcomb in detail, really close to the camera?
The previous painting, Rajat, please. And can you bring it nearer to the camera? Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wow.
It's impressive.
Beautiful text. Absolutely.
Wow.
It's almost like pointillism.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Thank you.
You have done a marvelous job, Rajat.
Thank you.
Rajat, can
Oh,
I
this
ask,
is my favorite.
what paper are you using to get this detail? Is it a smooth or a hot press?
Rajat, do you
Yes.
use hot press paper? Rough?
These are all cold press.
Cold press. Okay.
Yeah.
Hot press.
Wow.
Wow.
We've got 30 of these, in this, 30 birds.
30 birds, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a zoo.
I'm yet to make another 5,000 birds.
5,000.
Yeah. Because, see, I'll take you.
That's incredible. Hi. Oh, okay.
You like to paint birds from many places or especially from India?
No, across the globe. Because most of the birds over here, you'll find, these are all global birds. It's not from only India.
Do you
I
do
just
any
want to
other
fly
animals?
over and see them in real.
Wow,
Awesome.
awesome.
Almost silky, almost silky.
Gosh.
That's it.
Mm.
I think we should clap.
You're a master at the watercolor sticks.
Thank you. Thank you. Not well, as you were asking suddenly why I did jump into birds, let me tell you, Daniel Smith has come up with 265 plus colors, isn't it? And each of us, mostly we are using 25, 30 shades. So even I used to do that, whether we are doing landscape or a still life or anything, you just name something. We don't do more than 24 to 30 colors. So one day I was just thinking, then they have put so much effort, money, so many things. So how would the rest of the colors and where one can use the rest of the colors? So there I found, I started looking first, the metaphor, where the colors are there. Then I found, instantly the bird came in my mind. I said, God has created birds with a trillion colors. I said, that could be my thing. I said, maybe tomorrow, Daniel Smith will be less with a color. Till date, they are more colors than what we are looking for. But as far as the birds' colors are concerned, so I found. So I salute for that matter, to Daniel Smith to come up with such a huge range of colors, shades, and the pigment. And as far as these sticks are concerned, I have no words. And the more I say that, it will be less. The stick colors are so vibrant. It's so water soluble, so easily one can use them. So that's how it's like. Immediately I just started making few birds, and I found, let me make a series out of that. And precisely that's what this 30 bird came.
Thank you, Rajat. That's a beautiful explanation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So today, what I'm going to, should we, or any other?
So if you have questions, just go ahead as Rajat is doing his demonstration. Be sure to ask. And Rajat, you can begin anytime you like.
I will do today. Can you see the reference?
Yes, beautiful.
Yes.
Come in.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be using that. I did the drawing over here. As we all know, of course, the colors are important, but drawing is equally important. You know, so, and I do use, I'm using the Dartana, Da Vinci brushes. So this is the drawing. I'm just starting. Okay.
Is there a particular paper that you're using today?
These are Bohong paper I'm using.
All right.
Rajat, the colors in your palette, are they also a mixture of the stick with water?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you can also take some water, some color from the stick and mix it with water to have some color ready.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Some color from the stick and mix.
See, this is the benefit of having sticks in your hand. You know, you can mix the color instantly. Instead of palette, you can do it here on your hand.
That's amazing how you hold the sticks.
Thank you.
Rajat, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I noticed it looks like maybe the Hansa yellow is kind of carved out. Or is that just from usage, or did you carve out the reservoir in the top of the stick?
Of course, I'm going to use them.
Did you make, is that just from using it, or did you make the hole?
The Hansa yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please ask me again.
Did you carve the hole at the top, or is that from using it?
Using only.
Thank you.
Rajat,
Yes.
we noticed in the paintings that you showed us, they're quite detailed, realistic paintings. Do you generally paint in that style, or do you switch things around and do looser paintings?
Yeah, I do with a real money. I try to do something with a realistic only, but as far as this demos are concerned, of course, it takes good amount of time, as we all know. So I would love to do in a, what do you call, realistic way only.
Yeah, thank you.
So the one interesting thing to watch is Rajat actually mixes on his sticks, which is very unique.
How long does it take you to work on a painting?
Me?
Yes, will you finish it in one sitting or will you finish it over several days?
This might take, I won't be able to, I guess I won't be able to finish it today, but it take, other one, all those paintings took good amount of time, let me tell you. It took.
So when an artist lays out their palette, it's advised that you lay out your palette in a predictable way so that you don't have to think about it to pick up a color. It's automatic. You just know exactly where to reach for it.
Right.
Do you lay out the order of the pigments in your hand in the same order every time so that you don't have to think about it every time you go to reach?
Right, I do. Like I'm taking the water from here. I know how much water is there in my bristles, and I'm taking this. Suppose I'm using this plus this, because I've already solute these three colors, and I'm using them. It is French ultramarine. Like
Tomorrow and the next day when you go to paint, will you hold the French ultramarine and your yellows and your blues in the exact location every time so that it's automatic for reaching for the color?
Rajat,
yes.
is it possible that you could push your painting away from you a little bit because bottom part's missing? Teeny weeny bit more.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Or it got
Just a
tilted?
little bit better.
Yeah, that's
It. That's great.
Thank you.
Rajat, can I
Yes.
ask a question? Are you having trouble keeping them, all the sticks, the end pressure? Have a problem for you or it's easy?
You need to ask me again, please.
Have a problem for having trouble keeping the sticks? Have a problem the hand pressure, keeping all the sticks, or easy for you?
It is easy for me rather, not trouble at all.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Blessing, let me tell you.
Rajat?
Rajat, can you show us your brush? The other one, the other one. The other brush with the several.
Okay.
Yes, this one.
Comb brush.
This is a brush.
Thank you.
Rajat, how do you store your sticks when you're not using them?
I put them into that box, that the thin box which it came from. In the same box. But I made them dry, then only, after that only I put them.
Yeah, your sticks are so nice and clean.
That comb brush, do you use it to indicate feathers? Is it helpful for the feathers?
For the feathers, yeah.
Uh-huh.
This helps me to create woods also, the fibers of woods.
Also for the wood, texture.
Yeah, texture. Like wood has got, I'll just show you. Is it visible?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Super, yeah. Yeah, amazing. Amazing, yeah.
Right.
A very versatile brush, the filbert comb brush.
It's
Did you make the brush, Rajat, or did you buy it somewhere?
This was a gift, in fact. This is a German brush. I don't know because the brand has gone, it's not visible. So I won't be able to tell you, but this is from a German, that much I know. A friend has given me.
Okay, we'll have to hunt that down.
But I'm sure these fan brushes are available. Like even Da Vinci also has got. Skoda also have got. The
Do
fan
they?
brush.
Do they have one?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Here, Sue says it looks like a rake brush. I don't know, maybe it's a different name for the same brush.
They're either called the rake brushes or comb brushes.
Ah, same thing, two different names.
Yeah, basically the same, yeah.
I made one, but it's not exactly as refined as Rajat.
Sorry. They are easy to make if you get a filbert. You just put some paper around certain areas of it and snip off the bits that you don't want. But you can buy them. That's one I've got by Royal and Langnickel. They're soft grit.
Hi, Alex.
It's a rake fan.
After today, I will try to practice how to hold the sticks because I think it's amazing how you do it.
He's a master.
I know.
I guess once you try, I mean, I'm sure it's not a, but only thing is, this has to be, you need to hold it firmly. This might drop you. So then thing will get spoiled.
If you drop them.
If you won't drop, but it may get dropped at times. Like initially it happened with me also, let me tell you, very frankly. Yeah.
Maybe you need long, thin fingers.
Well, you won't be able to change your finger for that matter.
No.
You might have to cross your fingers.
You do.
Does your hand ever get sore, Rajat?
I beg pardon, 1 second, please.
Does your hand ever get sore from holding all those sticks?
Not really. Now it's been accustomed. I'm quite, see, it's very cool.
Wow.
It's amazing.
We should get John to develop a glove that you can just attach it to.
Rajat, do you listen to music while you paint?
I do.
You do.
Do you whistle while you paint?
I listen, I paint.
No, whistle.
No.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Rajat is holding 10 sticks.
I do have a provision for another 4.
You ought to have like a block that you could hold like that and just have sticks coming out of it like an hedgehog, holding it.
It's easy to mix, in fact. See, keep the tubes in your finger, because if you place, thing will pop up, will come out, the colors and all. But in that case, this is really a very unique way to, the sticks are so unique. So only thing is you need to solute take the water and, solute the color and use it.
So in what way do you think, for you, can you explain better why the sticks work better than the tube? I don't know if everyone understood.
Yeah, because see, earlier I used to use tube only. All the tube colors, for Daniel Smith. When the pan came, then I was using pan, then the tube. At times I used to use tube, but the pan. But when the stick came now, although I do have colors on a pan and a tube, but I'm using only sticks. It's really easy to use. That's the only thing. See here, I'm coming every time, mixing the color over here, taking this and but on this, what is happening? I'm just pouring and taking the water in my bristles, the brushes bristles. I'm using them, and I know how much, the color I'll be needing from this more and this less, and I'm directly using them and mixing up them. So color mixing is happening while taking this. So this is an unique process, I must say.
Very wonderful, thank you.
Do you use the sticks sometimes to draw also, or only to paint with it?
I haven't used for draw till now. I may not finish this particular thing today, but John, I'll be certainly completing this job and I'll send it across. I hope that.
Rajat, we have a comment here from Facebook. This is from Stephen. So he has never used our sticks, and he said, I thought they were used to draw with. Are they? And what is the advantage over pens and tubes? You may answer, or some of our brand ambassadors could perhaps help answer.
Repeat the question.
So Dick is asking, because he's never used our sticks, what is the advantage of the sticks over pens and tubes?
Okay, in that case, I must say one has to try out this particular thing, sticks. Then they can, make the difference between a pan and a tube and a sticks. So unless and until person is using this, seeing is not make any difference. Only thing, one has to use that. And I'm sure we all are professionals. And once we use any of the stick color, I think we'll get hooked. I feel so. And that's what happened to me. And I'm sure it will happen to you people also.
I think the other part of that question, an answer could be, you have the same quality of product at a lower price.
Can you speak to the convenience of sticks? Because a lot of times I like being able to squeeze the tube and be able to access it immediately without having to reactivate. Can you speak to the convenience? Because you have chosen to work with the sticks so much.
What I've found with my recent use of sticks is that the conventional, in the normal sense of painting, you can use them just exactly as you would do a pan or a tube to a great extent. But the thing that it excels at is the dry stick onto wet. There's nothing like that. It's a much more interesting set of colors and expressions that come out of it when you use it like that, almost like a pencil, putting it straight on, direct.
Well, I'm yet to venture that particular process, as you said, but I haven't used stick directly on a paper. I haven't used till now.
I think another thing about what's great about the sticks is, some people get writer's block and some people get an artist block. And by using a new material, but you still have the same paint palette, you're able to use a different tool that might create a whole unique paradigm shift in your creative journey.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for a learning curve. It like kind of stimulates your brain to activity a lot more.
There's something to be said for playing.
Rajat, one question here is, how do you keep your sticks clean? It looks like you have mixed one with the other. How do you keep them clean?
See, once it's been done, suppose this has been done. Is it visible now?
Yes, now.
So stick, this is cobalt blue. Okay, now I have mixed ultramarine, cerulean blue and all these things. So what normally I do after completing of my job, I just dip this into water. I put this tip on the water and I put it in a dry cloth. That's it. Now this is cobalt.
Okay, so you clean it before.
I just clean, yeah, of course. Otherwise, tomorrow when doing some other painting, thinking this is cobalt blue, but that's ultimately that's become ultramarine blue. You understand?
Thank you.
You might get confused,
Yes.
You might have a problem.
Yeah.
Hi, Rajat. Hi, Rajat. I'm Valentina from Italy.
Hi, Valentina.
Hi. I'd like to know if you do ever do a study of the palette before choosing the sticks.
You'd like to know? Could you please come again?
Yes, I'd like to know if you ever do a study palette before you choose the sticks for the subject.
Valentina, it's been more than 4.5 decades I'm doing watercolor. So I found, I don't do particularly, normally, I appreciate those who are doing this thing, the color, but I know what is ultramarine blue, and of course, while using this particular sticks before, I have once, because I never found this pigment before with other brands. So I did only once for few colors, not for all of them. Because DS has come out with such different shades, which no one has thought of. So that one has to, try out with that. Like, I'll give you an example called moon glow. Unless and until someone will, moon glow, people will not know. Initially, the name says moon glow, people must be thinking the color of a moon. It is not at all, isn't it? So once you put that color on a paper, and you will understand, okay, this is moon glow. So for the next time onwards, you know where to put moon glow. You understand?
Thank you very much, Rajat. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome.
Is there?
We had a question on Facebook from Buffy Kaufman, and she was asking, Rajat, can you talk a little more about how birds inspire you and which are your favorite to paint? Also, if you have parrots of your own.
I just shared the thing over here. Like birds has got enormous colors, enormous shades, I must say. So that is more, and it has a different rhythm. Bird has got a rhythm, male bird got. So I love that, and that has inspired me, especially the colors. It has got, I think, few million colors. To explore that colors, one has to, you need to look for your subject. A tree has got so many greens, but not as compared to a bird. The feather has got, one blue feather has got not less than maybe 100 shades of blue, isn't it? So those things are, that intrigued me to get into birds. I know I do have a friend there, Ines is doing from Brazil. They're doing very good job. But I found I did earlier 1 or 2 birds, not so extensively. Nowadays, I'm only making birds. And I just completed my 30, but I'm yet to make, a couple of thousand more. Because these are, what should I say? The more I praise, the more it will be less.
Rajat, we have a question here. Is there
Please.
any difference in opacity? I mean, is it more opaque or is it stronger, the pigment in a stick than in the tube or in a pan, or is it the same?
See, as far as the opacity is concerned or the pigments are concerned, it is 100% up to you how you are using.
But
Okay.
compared to the pans and the tubes, is it
Absolutely.
the
It
same?
is the same. It is
strength,
same.
same strength of pigment?
Pigments are much better. This I found, maybe others may not, but I found pigments are much more brighter, stronger on these sticks than the pan and a tube. That's why I got stick to sticks.
Wow.
And while using this, see, you can dilute the color as much as possible, as well as you can directly use them. You know that if you take this and directly use them, it will become opaque only. So it is 100% up to you what is your subject and how you are going to use it.
Wow, yes.
And
We have a request on Facebook.
all this thing which I felt. You may not feel the same thing which I felt, but I'm telling you my perspective.
We have a request on Facebook. They would like to know which sticks you're holding in your hand, what colors you're holding right now.
I have taken the blue family, Payne's Gray, and Lunar Black, and 3 yellow. There are 8 blue, 2 Payne's Gray, black, and 3 yellow family.
I will read to you the comment that Ashley has made. I wasn't interested in the sticks until I tried them and I love them. I just cut a piece off and stick it in my half pan. They are wet, they wet easily and they are strongly pigmented. So that's another possibility, to cut a piece off and put it in your half pan.
No, then one can use the pan only. Why to cut the sticks? But one, well, if it is, handy for them, one can do that. Pan already has got these colors. So they don't have to, but this stick has got this pigment of the stick is definitely, I don't find the similar match in the tube and a pan. So that's the reason I'm using this particular sticks.
Rajat, I know in the past you've used the Permatex. Do you use the hematite stick in the bird paintings?
I was using, but for the timing I'm not. But certainly I love to use them. Primatic always, it's an all-time favorite for me.
Rajat,
Thank you.
Yeah.
If there were one colour that you'd like to bring over from the tubes or whatever other format, what colour would that be to bring over into the sticks?
I didn't get you, to tell you honestly.
If there were one colour from the tubes that you like, which one would you bring over to the sticks?
You mean one that didn't exist, that doesn't exist at the
It
moment?
doesn't exist in stick form.
One,
Stick has, I think this, whichever the shades they have come up with the sticks like 52 or 53, which I have, I think they have covered more or less, good amount of range of 250 plus tube colors. But certainly there are few colors I would love to use, like, the Payne's Gray, like I'll tell you. Like it has, the stick has got, Alvaro Gray and all, Joseph Gray, and their shades are there. But I would love to have one particular shade of Payne's Gray in that category.
Very versatile Payne's Gray.
Yeah, it is.
Hello, it's Carolyn. And hi, one of my neighbors has parrots. And of course, they look absolutely gorgeous. And I asked him if I could have some feathers when they shed. So I got these feathers because I thought they would be fun to paint. But they really are not that interesting to paint because they're all one color on one side and all one color on the other side. So
Right.
blue on one side and yellow on the inside or whatever. And more interesting to paint, I found, were things like turkey feathers because they have spots and splotches and more, I guess, more design elements than
Right.
than the parrots. So
Right.
yeah, I haven't tried the peacock yet.
You must try out with a macaw. In fact, if you see even a simple bird of a crow, like crow,
Right.
yeah, if you see them, see, I mean, personally, this is my submission to all my fellow painters. Before getting into putting the colors or drawing, we must observe the thing very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things, even on a simple thing, you know, suppose on a pencil or a brush or something, even on a brush, like feather, what you're talking about. If you notice them, there are, if crow feathers has got not less than minimum 200 to 250 colors, shades.
Well, we have some crows
Black.
nearby.
It's not only black.
I have some crow feathers, and it's interesting how the light hits it, and
Exactly.
the lining inside, and the stem, the main stem. I don't know whether you can call it the spine, but and
You're
the
right.
shape,
So
different
one has to see the object carefully. You'll find a lot of difference. Like initially, if you see, it looks like, oh, it's a red color feather, black color.
Right.
But it's not. Maybe the red has got yellow, green, blue, maroon, and you name something.
All right, I'll go back and have another look.
Please do.
Oh.
Ja, nog een kwartiertje.
How much time do you have?
17 minutes.
Okay.
We have a question on Facebook here from Kristen Clark, and they're wondering if maybe this is a question for John, I'm sorry. They're asking if you're launching more Primatech colors in the sticks.
You know, not right now, but I'm going to put the list of the new colors.
They will gradually.
I'm going to paste that on there right now. So the new colors are going to be lavender, iridescent electric blue, pearlescent white, neutral tint, burnt yellow ochre, spring green, olive green, Mayan orange, Prussian blue, ivory black, and carmine.
These colors are coming in a stick first, then the pan, or in all possible thing, like pan.
They're coming out as new sticks. So
Yeah,
there'll be
sticks.
11 more new sticks in November. And
You're
it'll
saying
be
that it's going to be just in time for Christmas?
Just in time for Christmas.
Yes.
You better be nice.
Yeah.
So a lot of help from the artists that are using the watercolor sticks. Giovanni gave a lot of input about sticks that would fill out the line. Quite a few artists. So we think now the line will be more full for artists.
You mentioned that they would be out in time for Christmas, and you can see all of our faces light up and excited to get our Christmas presents. Rajat, have you tried using the Primatex also on your birds to get the granulation or the shine?
No, I haven't. Till now, I haven't. But of course, I would love to.
Have you considered it?
Certainly, I will do that. Because I have extensively used Primatic color earlier.
We had a question earlier on Facebook about asking Rajat if you practice your drawing skills, because I can see in your skill of laying down the paint, it's very three-dimensional and it's very intuitive, but technically accurate. Do you practice your drawing skills to maintain this?
Of course. I found the drawing is most important. It's like a, what should I say? It's a pillar of a building. However, the interior decoration you do, if the building is strengthful, you can do anything. The drawing is something like that. One has to have. And nowadays, a lot of people using tracing paper and all this thing, they're tracing directly. They must, this is a submission to all my fellow friends. They must do with a freehand drawing. If we see our pre-Renaissance, post-Renaissance, all global masters, in fact, we call them masters because they were really masters. Look at the way they used to hold a pencil like this thing. And the way they used to draw. You don't require over any color or something. Only one drawing can say, okay, this is a metal, this is a wood, or this is a, the brick or something, terracotta and all this. So the drawing says, I mean, it is a very integral part of communication. One has to be very, very, one need to do that. But nowadays, very few people are, because it's easy, like, taking the subject, tracing them, putting them into paper. But please, I mean, it will be a submission from my side. Please do with a freehand drawing. It will increase your, what do you call it?
Would you expand and spend a few moments telling us what types of things you do to practice the skill?
Yeah, I mean, see, while using, you do mostly what I'm using the newsprint papers, whatever I found in front of me. I mean, I do sketch all of them. Just to do, just freehand drawing, simple freehand drawing.
Whatever you see in front of you, right?
Absolutely. You don't have to step out or see a furniture is there, a stool is there, a table is there, maybe a kettle is there, a cup is there. Please feel free to just do. There will be, at times there will be some weird drawing will be there. So let it be. And do not use the eraser. Eraser using means we are erasing. Eraser is something, the wrong drawing is just like a childhood. Would you like to forget your childhood time? I don't think so. So if you draw something wrong, let the wrong line be there. You draw the next line, the right line. Then only you can make out, now I have done the wrong and now this is the right. So if you erase the wrong, how do you know that you have done the right? Do you understand what I mean?
Thank you for your excellent advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rajat,
Yeah.
when you do a normal painting in your own time, what sort of size are you talking about? Is it?
need to ask me again, please.
What size do you generally paint at?
The size of your paintings?
Oh, this is a little lesser than half imperial.
Right.
A little lesser than half imperial.
Do you find that working larger helps you with detailing?
It is helping, but at times, you know, I mean, doing a small, tiny job, it's just a good fun. Always that I prefer to work at minimum size is half imperial. Lesser than that, I don't go.
Right. Very good. Thank you.
Rajat, do you paint on any type of an incline or angle?
I do paint.
Do you paint on an incline or an angle, or is your palette flat against the, or your
I
board flat?
always do like this. I love to paint like this thing. I hardly, you know, inclined way. I don't put like that. I love to work like this on a table.
Okay.
You paint flat then? You paint
I
flat?
do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Flat. You must have seen me earlier also. I always, at times I put this board in my lap and I do. But then also it is in more version.
Very neat.
And for the background, what do you do to paint the background? Do you use more color, more, do you dilute like more paint?
Yeah, so I'll just, what I'll do, I mean, I'm just, because I won't be able to finish it now. So what I'll do, and as far as the backgrounds are concerned, I'll put some supportive color where this thing, to enhance this particular visual.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use some little dull shade colors so that won't help disturb this particular, you know, shades of blue.
Mm-hmm. But how do you do it? With more water? You use more water?
Yeah, I'll be using more water, exactly.
Uh-huh.
The background looks nice, minimal.
Yeah, it will be a very minimalistic job I'll be doing, because the background, if I'll get into a painting like this, like, you know, I've used background is a very, very less word.
Yeah.
It is just the supportive colors which I've used.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like a scientific observation when you do it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't get you.
It's almost like a scientific painting rather than a pictorial image. When you do it and there's no background with it, or very little background.
Yeah, it will. The background will be there. Of course, after finishing this only, I'll be putting background.
Mm-hmm.
Rajat, even in the paintings that you just showed us, you did not have the paper or the board inclined, because it was a large area in the background. So I guess you said you paint always flat, right? This one.
Yeah, yeah.
Even this one was painted flat in the background.
Yeah, everything. I always do background in a flat way only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been taking class in botanical illustration, and it's interesting to see the fluidity that the artists have shown in the painting. I got the book on how to do it, got it on sale even. So the people wrote down what colors they'd used and how long they had taken. And so some woman had painted a plant. She spent 130 hours on this plant, this painting. And I'm thinking, you know, that's 13 10-hour days. And I'm not so sure that that's my cup of tea. And I'm interested in stretching out and using the watercolor in a more fluid manner. And I wonder whether other people have having seen the bird that we just saw, I think that must have taken quite a lot of time.
It did, but there are, see, hyperrealism, realistic watercolors, like my friend Giovanni is here. He takes, obviously, he takes good amount of time, and his work speaks. You know, once you see his painting, you don't have to ask him how much time have you taken.
Right.
I do not take so much time, but I do at least 3-4 days at times it goes. Yeah, so
okay.
Like Giovanni, and of course Lauren is there. There are quite a few people are there. They are using, you know, they are doing extensively, because if you see, they are using brick by brick.
Right.
Making a wall. I mean, hats off to them. It's a severe meditation they are doing. I don't do so extensively, but of course I do. I love to do, you know, that realism, not the hyperrealism.
Thank you.
Giovanni says sometimes it takes him a month.
It takes, yeah.
You give your painting the love it deserves.
I don't think cabbages get as Brussels sprouts get as much love as how I really want to give them.
Well, that's Brussels sprouts for you.
I found reading the botanical illustration book so encouraging, because I thought it takes me 40 to 60 to 100 hours to do a painting. And I thought, I'm so inefficient. I'm not doing it well. I'm not managing my time well. And then when I read the book and realized, oh, there's 120 hours, there's 130 hours, I realized, okay, for some paintings, that's what it takes. Other paintings, like Angela, some of Angela's work, they are so strong and emotive with color. She has them done very quickly. And some paintings like Gio take a month and more, as he said. So it depends on the style of painting, and it depends on your skill level and over time. And Gio, I think, was also commenting that as you keep doing this over time, you get faster.
Yeah, and also everyone is different. So it's
as such, watercolor do not have that sort of, you know, rule or a benchmark. You need to do this thing, then it will be watercolor, or if you don't, it will not come. Certainly, once we are doing the transparent watercolor, the fluidity of water, one can make out, you know, how much water I'm using. After, whether you see it or not, after being a painting being made, one can make out. But one painting has to be finished by, you know, maybe 45 minutes or 45 days or something like that. There's no benchmark. So it is based on us. I mean, how I am comfortable, how you are comfortable, which way. Yes, certain colors, like we don't use 5 to 7% white only. We normally max that. Excuse me. So that's the color, I mean, white color we are using. When using the transparent watercolor, we normally don't use opaque. Those are fine, but there is no as such benchmark, like if you are not doing this thing, so that it can't be, if you're taking more than 3 days, it can't be a watercolor like that. It can't be like that, you know? So that's a very important thing, but you need to finish, if you are doing a watercolor, you need to finish by maybe an hour or an hour and a half. It's not like that, because there are so many artists, they are taking, you know, as just now you told me that you took 1 month to finish that. There are people 15 days they're doing. And one can make out the color which they are using. It's a transparent watercolor. It's not a, you know, the opaque. Only thing is they are minutely using the particular shades on that particular area, which is very important. I personally feel so.
I agree with you, Rajat.
Thank you.
Rajat, Patricia has written a comment. She says, love this demo. Thank you, Rajat. So great to use the sticks and the new colors that are coming. Just beautiful.
So nice. Thank you. And I promise after finishing this, I'll post it in separate way, because it's a lot of work to be done. It's not yet finished at all. It's just the first tone I've given.
What will you do for the background?
Yeah, once I'll complete 80%, I'll do the bird, then I'll put the background.
And what will that look like?
Hence the visual. That's it. It will complement the birds.
Do you know what you'll do for the background?
Yeah, I know.
And what is that? What will you do for the background for this painting?
This will be beige color.
Beige. Oh, very nice.
Very light. As Angela told just now, it will be more water, less color, which will complement this particular color.
Also, the fact that you use more water gives the impression of a blurry background. So the
does.
bird stands out more because it's more defined, right? It has
Exactly.
more details, whereas the background goes back. So that's
Absolutely.
also a visual effect that helps to make the bird stand out, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Will you use
And-
the same brush or will you use a larger brush for the background?
Of course, I'll be using the larger brush.
And using beige will bring a connection, a color connection in with the eyes to make the eyes pop even more.
So Rajat, we're at the bottom of the hour. I wanted to thank you very, very, very much for showing us such unique ways of using the sticks.
This is my pleasure. And
it's-
good
it's
for all of you. I hope very soon I'm going to complete this and I'm going to send it, because the subject which I'm doing, it cannot be done within 40-45 minutes as far as my way of working is concerned.
Absolutely.
Doing this thing
so
in half an hour.
Before we go, can you tell people where they can learn more about you, or if you're having classes? Is there anything you'd like to share about that?
See, mostly what happening is one can directly PM me into Facebook, because I'm active over there. I'm using that as my website only, because interacting people, I'm responding. So if anyone is interested, they can get in touch with me over there.
Your Facebook is Rajat Subhra,
Subhra Bandopadhyay.
and whereas your Instagram is Relate with Rajat, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We pasted it in the chat as well.
Yeah, so it's just pasted in the chat. So if you want to know more about Rajat, if you want to ask him about classes, or you have questions to ask him, please go to Facebook or the information that's posted on the site. Rajat, thank you so very, very much. It's wonderful
John,
to
and
see.
thank you each and everybody.
You are so welcome. Your artwork is beautiful. And
Good
with
to
that,
see
thank
all
you,
of you.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye, Rajat.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.